If you've been on my channel for a while, you know I'm obsessed with the Leaf Safety Razor. It's like the best zero-waste shaving option out there in my opinion. Leaf just came out with their Twig razor, which is their take on the safety razor. This video is sponsored by Leaf Shave, but just like any of my other reviews, I'm going to be completely honest and hint, I wouldn't have accepted this sponsorship if I didn't already love the product. So this is the Twig razor. I don't have a blade in it right now, but how adorable is this? It's the reimagined Leaf Safety Razor. Instead of having a blade that is sharp on both ends like a traditional safety razor, this has the fixed head and there's only one edge that is sharp. So that is a plus, and it just makes it easier to get into all those hard to reach areas, the nooks and crannies. Plus this only has one single blade, so it makes it a lot better for sensitive skin too. I will be comparing this to the original Leaf razor, so don't worry. It's not too heavy, but it does have weight. It's heavier than a plastic razor, but let's try this out. In order to open the loading mechanism of the razor, you just twist the handle. This razor does come with 5 razor blades, which is awesome, and the loading mechanism has a magnet, so it's really easy to get that little blade in there, and you just twist it back and you're good to go. They have their own single edge blades, but if you do use your own, you just snap them in half. I showed this in the original Leaf razor with the blades that they did have, but now they sell just single edge blades, which is for their own razors. It makes sense, but it's super easy to do, and this was super easy to install, not scary at all, so that's a plus. Okay, so now it's time to try it out. I'm going to shave one leg with the Leaf original razor and then one leg with the Twig and compare. They did say to do it at like a 30-degree angle, and the head is already pivoted to make that super easy and possible. I'm all lathered up. Let's try it out. No, I did not shave for this. Oh, wow, that came off easy. Holy cow. What? I also just shaved my armpits, and I prefer the Twig on my armpits and on my knees especially. I know they say for like those harder to reach areas, this works really well, and I would agree. I will preface this by saying I have very sensitive skin in my armpits. They're kind of prone to irritation. The biggest difference is that the head of the Twig razor does not touch your skin at all. Really, the only part that touches your skin is the razor blade itself. Whereas with the Leaf razor, the whole head of the razor kind of glides over your skin. It's not a big deal for most people, of course. For my legs, it totally doesn't matter. But with very sensitive skin and insensitive areas, I definitely notice a difference with the Twig, and I would recommend it for sensitive skin. Now, in terms of my legs, I honestly really liked the Twig too. I think the only difference is if you're used to a conventional pivoting head razor, the Leaf is so easy to use. There's no learning curve at all, whereas with the Twig, the head doesn't move at all. So I do really like that there is a little stand for the razor. Leaf Shave does have a blade recycling program too. So if you have one of these tins that you get from Leaf Shave, you pop all of your old razor blades in here. And when this is full, you pop like a piece of tape on top of it and you send it back to them, and they will recycle the blades. But if you do have like a metal scrap recycling drop off that you can drop these off, you can do that as well. But I really like the fact that you can just send it to them and they accept it and recycle it. It just makes it easier for the consumer overall. Plus, Leaf Shave is carbon neutral certified, so they're gonna offset all of their carbon footprint, which is awesome. So here are the 3 biggest differences I see between the Leaf razor and the Twig razor. The Twig has a lot less nooks and crannies, so I think overall this is gonna be a lot easier to clean. And the biggest thing I have learned from my leaf razor is to clean it out every single time. It makes it last a lot longer. The Twig can only have one blade, whereas the leaf razor can have 1 to 3 blades. And then the biggest difference of all is that this has a pivoting head, whereas the Twig does not. It has the fixed head. Let's talk about the price of the Twig razor. So you can get it 3 different ways on the Leaf Shave website. So the first way is just getting the single Twig razor alone. That does cost $59. You just get the Twig razor, that's it. The second way to get it is by getting the Twig kit that comes with the Twig stand. It also comes with a pack of 50 single edge blades, plus you get the little recycling blade tin, which is a plus. And then you can also get it with a bundle kit of the leaf razor and the Twig razor. Comes with the stands, the blades, and the tin as well. Plus, a 50 pack of blades only costs $12 and a 100 pack costs $19. Pro number 1, it gave me a great close shave. The second pro is that it's great for sensitive skin. Like I said earlier, I did shave my armpits, which are very sensitive, and the armpit I shaved with the Twig was not as irritated as the one I shaved with the leaf razor. And I think that's due to the pivoting head. When you have that pivoting head, you're constantly like picking it up every time you move it. Pro number 3 is that if you do want something like a traditional safety razor, it only has one edge that is sharp, whereas a traditional safety razor, it does have those 2 edges. So it's nice to only have to deal with one sharp edge with the Twig. Pro number 4 is that it is significantly cheaper than the leaf razor. So if you are just looking at it from a money standpoint, it is gonna cost you less than the leaf razor with the pivoting head. The first con is that there is no pivoting head. Now for you, that might not be a con, but for me it is. I was used to using plastic razors that did have a pivoting head, so it was super easy to switch to the leaf razor. There really wasn't a learning curve, but with this, there might be a learning curve for you. The second con is that you can only use one blade with the Twig, whereas with the leaf razor, you can use 1, 2, or 3 blades. So it does depend on how sensitive your skin is too. If you do have sensitive skin, I would recommend only using 1 blade with your leaf razor, but of course with the Twig, you don't have to worry about that. You only have 1 option. So that is a con if you do want those 3 blades. So I was trying to come up with other cons, and I really couldn't with this Twig. The only other con is that it is more expensive than a lot of the other safety razors out there. You can probably find safety razors for like $20 to $30, but the design is so much easier to use. It's a lot more user friendly than those other safety razors, so that is something to keep in mind too. Okay, so here's who I would recommend the Twig and the leaf razor to. So if you want something that has a pivoting head, you want 3 blades, obviously the leaf razor is gonna be a good choice. And if you really could care less about how many blades there are, you don't care about a pivoting head, and you do wanna save some money, I think the Twig is the way to go. But do I recommend getting both? Yes and no. So if you have the money to buy it and you do shave a lot of times in those harder to reach areas and you've had a hard time shaving with the leaf razor, I would go for the Twig. Otherwise, if you're really happy with the leaf razor and you don't really feel like you need anything else, then you're good to go. I wouldn't recommend the Twig just to buy and consume. Obviously, with a sustainable lifestyle, we don't wanna be like over consuming anything. So if you are someone who has a harder time with those harder to reach small nooks and crannies, then the Twig is great. And if you have really sensitive skin, I think the Twig is great as well. But otherwise, the leaf razor does the job. I will leave the Leaf Shave website down below. I hope you guys liked this video. Please make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and give this video a thumbs up if you like these kind of comparison type videos. And just remember, you do not have to be perfect to live sustainably. I will see you in my next video. Bye!